sky defined by pylons on the ground. Tommy Sanders and Steve Stavrakakis, the air show announcer, pilot, the wild thing, with us again today.
Tommy, it's great to be back to my favorite week of the year, Reno Race Week, right here at Stead Field, Reno, Nevada. First off, we're going to talk about our Jet and Unlimited course. This is an 8-mile course around the desert right here at Stead Field. Okay, our pilots are going to come down the chute, as we call it, in line abreast formation. When they get to the starting point, our pace plane is going to peel up and out of the way. He's going to say, gentlemen, you have a race. Let's go to our pace plane now, to the cockpit, and listen as our pace plane pilot releases our racers onto the course.
Race control, jet base in the chute.
Jet base, thank you.
At a 7,000 feet, accelerating through 240 knots. We have Silver Racers bringing out on the line, looking good. Looking for two L29s to move it forward. 20 seconds, please. Keep it up, gentlemen. Looking good. On the line. Come on, 4, bring forward. Approaching our release speed. Hold the line, gentlemen. Hold the line. Looking real good. Looking real good. Gentlemen, Silver Racers, ladies and gentlemen, you have a race.
You heard it, you have a race. At this time, our pilots are going to stay in their respective lanes until they get to the guide pylon. That's the light on the mountain directly ahead of them. They have to stay in their lane. They can accelerate, but they can't change lanes until they get to the light on the mountain. They're there now. At that time, it's going to be a sharp left turn, race on.
Well, this race is the Jet Silver race. It represents an opportunity for one of these airplanes to make it into the gold race, the final race. You got to win, though, if you want to have the opportunity and the option to go into that gold race.
Now, one of my fellow countrymen, P. Savridis, he's been running really, really well all week long. He's out front right now, but he's been getting a heck of a run by Bob McCormick flying that little Yugoslavian Soko Galeb jet. Now, the Soko is a Yugoslavian-built jet that I refer to as the world's fastest Yugo.
No, you don't. Okay.
It's been doing great all week. It's been a lot of fun to watch. Again, the Yugoslavian Soko Galeb G2A.
Going to get some speeds approaching 500 miles an hour. That's a characteristic of this jet class. Speeds we see today in this race will not be as fast as those in this afternoon's race. That's the upper part of the brackets, if you will. But again, for this field, win and you're into the gold round, the championship round on Sunday.
You know, our race leader, P. Savridis, he's an FA-18 pilot, flies the Hornets, and his call sign is Tool. Okay, all you guys out there, at one time or another, we've all been called a tool. It holds a special meaning when your FA-18 squadron mates nickname you Tool.
I should say so. We are flying this 8-mile course here. We're doing 6 laps around. Will take us just under 50 total miles for this race, 46.99.
Tommy, I love these cockpit views. Look at the view these pilots are getting as they cover this real estate at almost 2.5 football fields per second.
Jet base now on a beam.
Absolutely impressive to watch these big jets go by so fast and so close to the deck right here. It must have been something about 18, 20 years ago when this started as an exhibition thing with MiG fighters with the swept wings and the afterburners getting after it on the course.
Well, these aren't MiGs, but the competition is no less fierce as these guys are out there doing whistling thunder. P. Savridis is holding off Bob McCormick in the much lighter Soko jet. Again, they've had a heck of a race all week long, and it's continued on into today's silver race.
You're right, 13.
And I was on the pole, started at number 1, and I was trying to hold off the Soko jet and Bob, and it was an awesome race. I knew he was about probably 0.2 of a second behind me. I knew he was doing that the whole way, and I just tried to fly the best line I could. All week long, he's been about 1/10 of a second behind me, about 2 plane lengths behind me, and so the goal is just to try to fly the best line we can.
White flag, white flag.
Final lap for these two in this race, make no doubt about it, is all about these two planes right here. And we heard Pete Stavridis talking about it, the slim margin of advantage he's been able to hold over Bob McCormick. Will this be a margin of advantage he's able to hang on to for one more lap?
Now keep in mind, one cut pylon could be the difference in this because it's a 4-second penalty, and Bob McCormick is not 4 seconds behind him.
Charlie, I'm coming up on your right at pylon 4. Copy.
Pete Stavridis trying to hang on to this again. If he wins, he'll have the option to go into the gold round, the championship round of competition here at the Reno Air Races.
Pulling positive G's, getting ready to go wings level for the last time in the Valley of Speed. One last dash as they set up for pylons 7, 8, 9. This will be the last turn as they get ready to hit the steel start-finish pylon for the victor in this silver race, the prelude to this afternoon's gold.
Bob McCormick so patient, doggedly hanging on right on the tails of Pete Stavridis. Can he make any sort of move in the final closing seconds of this race to make it happen for him and close out Stavridis and move on to the gold round? It doesn't look like he's going to catch him. There we go, past the start-finish pylon.
Checkered flag, checkered flag.
And it's going to be Pete Stavridis. He's headed to the gold round, the championship. Very slim margins between the top two. Onslow, Harnacle, Turney, Fire, and Camilleri round out the